Alright, Patreon game, what's the word? Let me pull up these odds real quick. Actually, let me bring this over here and pull up DraftKings. I think we got prop odds on the Iglesias fight. And just want to share my thoughts with y'all on that matchup and what I like. Minus 357. That ain't bad. I'm gonna lead them two picks right there. All right. So look, Ozzy Iglesias, right, versus Petro Ivanov. Let's pull up the box rec real quick. So as we know, Iglesias, right, 12-0, 11 knockouts, 26 years old. IBO champ, defending his belt, 12 rounds. Looks like fourth or fifth time scheduled for 12. Um, jumped into his career early. Basically skipping 6 rounders straight to eights after a 4 rounder in the 10s, 12s. And it been like that ever since, but they just ain't been going the distance. So here's what I'm thinking, man, about this fight. I watched Petro Ivanov, and he's actually a pretty good fighter, man. He's Ukrainian. As we know, the Ukrainians are, pretty much outstanding boxers for the most part. But Petro, man, he's sharp, man. He's sharp. Of course, being Ukrainian, he comes from that Eastern European boxing school, right? Technical precision, defensively sound, good ring IQ. Checked him out on Instagram. Although he hasn't had a fight in a while, he is relatively active, right? Posts a lot of content on how to, use your IQ, how to use proper technique, proper form, what punches to throw to outsmart your opponents. Real interesting stuff, man. Primarily fights out of the orthodox stance, good balance, good leverage for his power punches. I forgot what fight it was that I watched. It may have been this Tootin fight. Tootin. He just knocked the dude the fuck out. One of these dudes, he hit him with a shot, man, and just crumbled him. Opponents really haven't been, these resumes aren't the best, but that doesn't mean that these aren't good fighters. I just want to put that out there. But I mean, Petro is a smart, intelligent fighter. I saw the weigh-in. Both guys looking in great shape, and we know that Iglesias hasn't been past 4 rounds since 2022. So here's a weigh-in real quick. And at first, looking at the original picture, I think it was this. It looked like there was a huge disparity in size, right? Like a huge difference in size. But looking at the weigh-in, I mean, 5'11", 6'2", not too far off, man. At the end of the day, both guys got to weigh in 168 pounds. So if we're talking about height, it is what it is. But I mean, both guys appear to be in great shape. I think Iglesias has a big ass head. I don't see him getting knocked out, of course. But I mean, it's scheduled for 12, and both guys have 12 round experience, right? Both guys have experience going 12 rounds. Last year, Petro went 12 against a 10-4-3 opponent. Not much power though. Juan Boada, 16, 8 losses. Again, not much power. But Petro's getting these dudes out of there. That's the type of stuff you want to see with guys like this, in my opinion. Guys that aren't on your level, you're not in there going life and death with them. you're getting him up out of there. I mean, he's a good fighter, man. He's got good footwork. He's precise. He's just sharp, man. Good punch placement, good technique. He's solid, man. Good jab, a range finder, sets up his shots well. Can keep you off your rhythm. Good combination puncher. He's just a sharp fighter in my opinion, man. In every aspect, defense, counter punching, body work, ring generalship. He checks all the boxes in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. 18-0, 2 draws. He is undefeated. The 2 draws probably, against a 9-0 fighter and a 3-1. It was this Ukrainian sports school. I don't know what type of shit that was. I guess legitimate fights, but not against, terrible opponents. These dudes that he lost to quite a long time ago are still undefeated fighters. I don't know if they're active, but they're still undefeated. So, I'm pretty sure he's probably come up around, solid comp, not too much amateur experience listed here, but again, that Eastern European boxing school type of style. I think he's sharp, man. I think he's sharp. I think he's good. I think this is what Iglesias needs. I'm not sure if honestly, points wouldn't surprise me here, bro. That's how sharp I think Petro is. But again, the Cubans, they known for their exceptional boxing IQ as well. You got your David Morrells, you got your Robeisy Ramirez's. But yeah, Iglesias is, let's see, top 10 IBF, not ranked in the WBA, top 5 in the WBC, and not ranked in the WBO. Man, can you imagine that? Well, damn, Morrell moved up to 75. I was about to say, man, can you imagine a Morrell versus an Iglesias? That would be fucking crazy. That would be fucking crazy at 168. But yeah, listen. Looking at the last 4 opponents, Arturis, 13-1, 9 knockouts from Germany. Lost to Iglesias. Fought some decent fighters, but not, 3-10, 1-4, 16-1, 6-0. Not the most experienced. Marcelo Corceres, man, I remember this fight, man. I think me and a few other guys were expecting Corceres to go in there and put up a fight, thinking, man, this dude gave Pacheco a nice fight. This dude's giving a lot of guys a nice fight. Then he went in there and he looked like he fucking bet on the first round knockout of himself. Like, that shit was crazy. But maybe that shit was real. I can't remember if he sustained some type of fake injury or I don't know what the fuck was, but it just didn't seem right. Who knows? Evgeny Shevchenko. Another fighter that had never been knocked out, never been stopped up until he got to Iglesias, coming off a 10-round split decision draw. A little inconsistency there. Already lost to William Skull over 12 rounds. How old is he? 34 years old. So, kind of up there. And then Agbeko, man, we already know what the deal is with Agbeko, man. No defense. I don't know what the fuck Canelo ever brought him in the camp for. But, plenty of knockouts, but at a certain level, he's just not that guy, man. At a certain level, he gets knocked the fuck out. So, yeah, man, I think Petro, man, I say his name like he's fucking Mexican or something. I think Petro, he's a solid fighter, man. Fought at 168, 170. He's not no 154, 160 pounder coming up. This guy is a natural 168. And I think he'll be competitive, man. I really do think he'll be competitive, man. He's got good technical fundamentals, like I said, man. Defensive awareness, good distance control, resilience, composure, dealing with pressure. Solid fighter, smart, intelligent, comes with a game plan, has good power. Very well rounded, man. Very, very, very well rounded fighter. So for that reason, just looking at that, I got to take that over 3.5 at -135, and right here you got a +123. Now, if you feeling, Iglesias is really that guy. I mean, shit, you might, you might be able to hedge your parlay with a straight bet on a under 3.5 just to cover your ass, minimize your losses. But me personally, I feel confident in that, man. I feel confident in the over 3.5. Who knows, how that inactivity will play out. That's pretty much the only red flag I have about this fight. That and the quality of opposition. But these guys that I look at here, 27-9, 26-14, 10. I mean, these are some experienced guys, and you can say the same for Iglesias, man. With Agbeko, but it gets a little, Corceres, again, shaky performance, but both guys again have that 12-round experience. I think it's gonna shape up to be a good fight, man, and a good test for Iglesias. If I did have to pick a stoppage, I'd say maybe second half, man. I definitely think over 3.5 though. That's just where I'm at with it. The Dimitri Asuna. I don't know how to fuck. Let me just stop, bro. Let me just stop. It's 5:30 in the morning. I ain't been asleep yet. I'm gonna leave it alone. Versus Matias. Look, I watched this Matias guy. He fought Liam Wilson. Yeah, Liam Wilson, man. And that's honestly kind of one of the only fights I was able to find of him. That and the highlights from him getting knocked out by Oscar Valdez. I think that might have been before Oscar Valdez popped dirty. So who knows if he was on that shit for that. But he did challenge for a world title against Oscar Valdez. Valdez hit him with some shit to the body, got him out of there. And we know Liam Wilson, man. Liam Wilson is he's known for his left hook, a lot of power in it. But Matias gave him a tough fight, man. I think Liam started that fight great, and then towards the end, his stamina came into question, started to fade a little bit, and things got tough. Nose got bloodied up, started getting hit, and Matias, was affected. Matias, I believe, 38, 32 knockouts. Of course, the quality opposition against these guys, Argentinian guys, not super outstanding. But, I mean, for all intents and purposes, dude's an experienced fighter, been fighting for a long time, seen a lot of things, a lot of power. Power is power. It is what it is. But again, activity is a concern here. Out over a year. Same for Petro and Dimitri, man. He's all action, active, stamina, good conditioning, good combination punching. The Kameo, he just doesn't have power like that. The Kameo fight was fought on the most recent card with Derevyanchenko and Billy, and he couldn't get this guy out of there. I think this guy had one knockout. Couldn't get the guy out of there, but man, he looked great. I mean, he looked great. Shuffling his feet around. The only concerns with me with Dimitri are his defense. I think it was the Avila fight, yeah, where he got dropped, and they don't put that on here. But this guy is 18-17, but knocked out 8 times, 14 KO. So majority of the times he wins is by knockout. And Avila got dropped by Dimitri, got up and then put Dimitri on his ass with a clean shot, put him down, flash knockdown. He got back up, and went ahead and stopped him. But yeah, that's for me. That's just a concern: lack of power and defense. If he slips up, man, and this dude touches his chin, it could get wicked. But he's super sharp, extensive amateur pedigree. Just looking here. 101 amateur fights, fought guys like MJ Akhmadaliev, Peter McGrail. Those are the names that I recognize. So yeah, super sharp, man. Simbatar Erdenbot, dude that be fighting on Pro Box. So, very talented, very skillful young fighter, but his defense is gonna have to be on point, man. he's gonna have to be sharp. If he is, again, his power is a concern for me. Um, this guy took Liam Wilson's power, but again, that was at 130. This fight's at 135, so that could also make a difference. And you sometimes you can score stoppage by just making the ref step in, like forcing the ref's hand. Like, man, you hitting him with shots all over the place, boom, 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 boom. He ain't getting nothing off, So it could be a case of that as well. But it definitely should be a winnable fight for Dimitri. Stephen Butler, again, we got no prop odds on these fights. Just from what I saw with Dimitri, I would be inclined to put $5 on Matias. It wouldn't hurt. It's a $5 I wouldn't mind losing, but Dimitri definitely should win. It's just, again, I seen him get dropped clean by a dude with power, and this dude has skills. Matias, again, Liam Wilson is somebody who challenged for a world title, fought Valdez, fought Navarrete, and he gave him a solid fight, man. He gave him a real solid fight, and again, the dude couldn't knock out. Dimitri couldn't knock out the Argentinian with one knockout, bro. Like, and he had the size advantage on him. The Argentinian went back to the corner. He told the guys, he was like, he's bigger than me, but I want the fans to be on my side, so I'm giving it all I got, type shit. But that's where I'm at with that. Stephen Butler, man, is coming off of being stopped. I don't think they'll drop any prop odds on that. How do I feel about it? I mean, the guy he's fighting is far less experienced, no power, and has been knocked out. Butler, I mean, he's fought at a higher level. It definitely should be a winnable fight. I don't see why it goes the distance. I don't see why it goes 8 rounds. He should get this guy out of there, man. Bounce back and, get back to doing whatever the fuck it is that he does. So, for me, plus 139, keep it Keyshawn Davis and Raymond Ford on there. Not going to get into this weekend's predictions just yet. Still a little bit more work to do. I will tell you right now, just the way that I'm feeling about this card, I'm a little on edge. I don't want to say on edge, but I don't know. My opinion of this card has changed a little bit, knowing that all these fighters on the card are on a 10-pound rehydration clause. So that's gonna change a lot of things, man. That's gonna change a lot of things for me. I mean, who knows which fighters will be affected from that, if any of them will be affected from that. But it's just something to think about, man. It's something to consider, and definitely gives me a different outlook on every single fight on that card. But I will say that one pick I am waiting for. I'm waiting on props for this fight right here, man. I'm waiting to see what the decision, with the points win for Khalil Coe is, man. Khalil Coe decision, man. That's what I'm hoping for. Or late stoppage, man. I might take something over, but I definitely believe Khalil Coe is in for a good fight. Tito definitely, man, should be getting a stoppage. I have no doubts about that. Matchroom debut, minus 900. You see the little jump it gave to the parlay right there. I can't be mad at it. Gallegos only a plus 900. I expect him to be, that's going to be a competitive fight, man. Khalil Coe's going to need them rounds if he's going to be successful at 175. I mean, Bam and Boots, it is what it is. Ammo's a minus 5,000 over this guy. Don't let him fuck around and go to decision. Coming back. That's stoppage money right there. Kelvin Davis, yeah. I'm going to leave this shit alone, but as of right now, man, this is where I'm at. This is a slip I like. Raymond Ford, Keyshawn Davis. Over 3.5 for Iglesias. Straight better heads with the plus 100. Just to bet your parlay wager, man, if it loses. I don't know. You just know the plus 100 you can straight bet or hedge. But I think we good, though. I don't think you got to worry about that. Like I said, Iglesias is in there with a good fighter. Ivanov, these guys take a year off. It's not necessarily bad. It depends on what they're doing when they're taking these years off. They sitting around bullshitting, getting fat, not doing shit, then yeah, it could be fucked up coming back. But I think Ivanov is a guy who takes his craft seriously inside and outside of the gym. Take a look at his Instagram and see for yourself. And if you watch this fight, you can see everything I said about his skills and his abilities. So Stephen Butler and Mercado, man, definitely. $100 get you 265. That's where I'm at with it. Good luck to everybody, man. I'll see y'all on Friday night.